Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and welcome to another episode of Tetcher's Community Challenge. And, just so you guys know straight up, I have a bit of an issue with my throat at the moment, as I pretty much always do, but this one is involving me coughing a lot, so this cast may be filled with quite a few coughs. But that doesn't matter. You can see that my shirt is very unironed because I have been doing laundry, and that has not gone well for me so far because I put something in the washing machine, I leave it there for about an hour, and then I forget it's there, and it stays there another hour. But enough about that. Over the last week, I challenged you, the audience and people of Reddit, to send me your replays of you playing anything that has lifesteal. And I left lifesteal open. It's not like just Vampiric Strike or Vampiric Assault. It is anything that does damage to the enemy and heals you. That's it. Now, a lot of people went quite creative with this. A lot of people stretched the limits, which is exactly what I wanted. Really good job on that, guys. But they stretched the limits, and like a lot of people sent me Kerrigan replays, where they took the level 1 talent, which is definitely a heal, but then they took all the shielding stuff, which is damaging and returning stuff that does add to your health bar, but is not technically health. So that was really interesting to see. That was really creative. We also saw, I also saw a lot of Frostwolf Resilience Thrall, which was very interesting, but unfortunately I didn't include any Thrall games in this one. I just didn't really find any that took my fancy. Also, it's only going to be a 2-parter this week. I did get easily enough replays to do 3 parts, but I have so much content I need to put out. I need to put out Tetcher Teachers tomorrow as well as this. So, sorry, I need to put out the, excuse me. I need to put out the, I need to put out Tetcher Teachers tomorrow, yeah, as well as this. That's exactly what I meant. But, so it's only going to be a 2-parter today, just so I can get the stuff out, and also have a lot of PTR content I want to do, especially with some Artanis gameplay, which should have been up yesterday, so if you haven't seen that, go watch that. So, while I'm nattering away, I'm going to load up the first replay, and go into this, and while it is loading up to next week's challenge, for you guys to complete, is going to be, you must solo a boss. Now, I'm going to be quite, once again, very lenient on this. It doesn't have to be a game-ending boss. It's just at some point throughout the game, you must solo a boss. And from then on, just show me your best, most interesting game as possible. And the more interesting character you solo a boss with, the more inclined I will be to pick you. But it's going to be difficult. This will probably take you guys several attempts due to the fact that, well, here is the team game. Your team will likely try and help you, but I'm leaving it open, I'm leaving it creative. Show me what you can do. Solo those bosses. You have quite a few maps to do it on. There's a couple we can't. This is probably my hardest one I've done so far, but it's just a little interesting thing. So, for now, let's head into the first game and destroy my throat. But let us introduce the teams, play until the teams appear, and then press the pause button. So, we'll start off with the team on the right, for they are our villains today. So, playing the Kerosene is going to be Bob. Playing the ETC, it is Waybro. Playing the Zeratul, it is Puffer. Playing the Zagara, it is going to be Biohazard. And playing the Asmodan, who currently has lightning on my screen going through his head, it is Archer. And all the way up here. Oh no, it's still there. Yeah, he is literally being struck by lightning because he's still teleporting in. And those are our villains for today. And on the left-hand side of the map, it is our heroes. We have Sariel playing the Tyrande, Anti-Spiral playing the Zagara, Eddie on the Butcher, Eddie the Butcher, how appropriate. Ancient Elder on the Chen, and Fox 787 is on the Valor, and Fox is our hero for the day. So we're going to be watching Fox. Quite simply. Now, Fox is playing the Valor today. We're actually on his vision at the moment while I talk about things. Fox is playing the Valor today, and once again, this is a lifesteal challenge. So he has to take anything, or at least something lifesteal related. And if you guys will excuse me for a second, I have just realised that I have my sound settings messed up. There we go. That should be fixed. And hopefully, XSplit
10
Yep,
seconds.
Xbox picking up sounds. That is good. Alright, so I just wanted to make sure of that. But we can see our hero here, Fox, is starting off with the siphoning arrow. And we're going to stop that right away. And we're just going to lock onto it because he's a very wavy camera. But he's starting off with the siphoning arrow. 50% of the damage dealt from his hungering arrow is returned as health. So it deals 81 damage at the moment. So it's going to be returning 40 damage as good as it can on the first hit. And then 20 damage on the following 2 hits. So that's pretty nice. He can get a good amount of sustain out of that. And we already have a death. Zagara has in fact died in the mid lane. And Butcher is going to avenge. And he is in fact dying. He's trying to get Zera. He's stunned and he's dead. Meantime, Valor just pushing the mid lane with the help of just against Azmodan. Making sure she doesn't lose too much ground. Just trying to clear that out as much as possible. And because of that, we're going to fast forward. Because first part of a Garden of Terror map is almost always just farming up the lanes. Getting ready for when the temple spawns. We have Chen has now died in the top lane. Trying to kill off the Azmodan here. In Valor attacks. There we go. Down he goes. Eddie's out of position though. Head as much as round on Zeratul, but Zeratul is now gone. Trying to get Waybro. But Waybro also going to escape. It's still a kill though. Red team are a bit ahead in XP, but blue team not too far behind. Are now going to try and fight over these seeds. And for now, as we can see, Fox staying fairly sustained, but he used his Hungering Arrow before he actually took any damage there. So he didn't get as much sustain as he wanted to. Gets healed up by his team. Now microing back, but does not land on that monk. So Fox is going to go back to farming up this camp. He will have his Hungering Arrow back in a couple seconds, so he's going to be able to get a bit of health back from that. And, of course, gets healed by Tyrande. Excuse me. Fox just going to push this in for a bit and help his team take this down. Level 4 has been hit, and he's going all in on this. He's taking the Vampiric Assault. 15% of all damage dealt from basic attacks heal the primary target. And that's pretty useful. We're going to fast forward. They're going to try and contest the bot one. But actually going to go B because he's low on mana. What a fight happens here. And pretty much everyone is dying. Bob does get killed off by Zagara at the end. ETC going down. Zeratul getting killed off. Our hero has managed to get into the Garden Terror. Will Zeratul escape? He blinks. He's spotted. The stun does not land. Tyranda's going to chase. We don't have vision because... Oh, he's still there. He is just standing there and he is gone. Let's check out how Valor's doing. Valor is in fact just pushing the top lane and is currently breaking everything because no one is defending her. So pretty good job there. Let's fast forward so we get more... Oh no, here's everyone. So Fox already under quite a bit of distress and now his health has dropped below his duration, which is never a situation you want to be in. You always want to have more health than duration, or at least have your health run out at the same time as your duration. You want to try and get that maximum worth out. Zeratul doing quite a bit of damage there, and Valor's going to be popped out of this Terror. Might turn around and do some damage. As Boot's already engaged with the help of Tyrande, they get one. Can they get Bob as well? No, they cannot chase him down. And Valor has taken the repeating arrows. The cooldown of her Hungry Arrow is reset when she vaults, so that's another extra chunk of health back. Gonna vault there. Does have Hungry Arrow off cooldown. There it is. But had quite a bit of health already, so she didn't get healed that much, but it's enough to do the damage. Currently chasing onto Bob, with the Butcher going very hard. Tyranda's start coming out, and they take it down. Valor now moving on to ETC with the help of her team, but the face mount from ETC does push them all away and make sure that no one goes down. Once again, Fox already doing quite well, and an interesting thing about this overlay I'm using, it does actually have a self-healing tab that doesn't always work. It works here. We can already see the Valor's done 771 self-healing, and that's just via her lifesteal stuff. But we don't know if that's all of his her lifesteal stuff, due to the fact that there are some abilities in the game, as we'll see later today, that still heal you, but don't actually show up on the self-healing tab. It's a bit weird, but we do have to live with it. For now, though, Butcher and Tyrande going on to the Zagara, going to try and take her down. Doing a good job already, but unable to deal the finishing blow. Level 7 has now been hit for the villains, and they have gone for fairly decent builds. Fox just helping out with Chen take this camp. We don't have another Garden Terror yet. Only Garden Terror so far has gone over to our heroes, which, as we did see, Fox was in control of. But that does mean they now have to stop the villains getting at least 24 seeds. So they have to do play very defensive if they don't want their enemies to have a Garden Terror. Otherwise, they're just going to have to give one up and make sure that they guarantee one of their own. So you have to play defensive or just ignore it and rush the seeds as you would normally do. Level 10 is available. I said 20 there. Level 10 is available. Valor, yet to pick, is going for strafe, so just getting that extra damage out. Nice and lovely. Going to start dealing with the Siege Giant camp already. Her team is helping out in this mid lane. Now, moving on to this camp. Nice and quickly. Karateem already taken down. Butcher and Tyrande and Chen still going quite deep. EPC not of his level 10 yet. Going to fight that. Zeratul going very aggressive. Good more from Zagara. Chen, though, now has no one to kick. 2 pops his heroic. And Chen will get out and down goes ETC. Very nice job. Here comes our hero Valor. Going to try and chase in. Zeratul has already blinked away, though. Fox trying to chase forward, strafing, but the buildings will prevent any damage going through here, so she can't help out her team. And Chen, once again, going too deep, and he has it done. Right now, no seeds have been picked up by the villains here, so our heroes still ahead in terms of seeds and well, not ahead in terms of seeds, but they're still in a good position to deny the enemy team plant terror as long as they can keep it up. However, everyone on the villain team is alive, whereas 2 people now that Zagara has died are dead on our hero team. And we just saw 4 seeds get picked up by our villains. Valor heading down to join her team, but seeds already going over to the villains very quickly. So it looks like they're going to go for the YOLO strategy, completely ignore the terror in the bot lane and just take the one in the top, thus guaranteeing themselves a terror. As everyone knows, these big shamblers, the Garden Terrors themselves, actually have 60 seeds inside each of them. So it's pretty nice to just pick one of those up, as they will get you pretty much everything you do need. So we're just going to fast forward through them, murdering this terror as quick as possible so that they can get into a good position. There we go, they have their terror. Enemies also have their terror and their heroics now, so they're going to be ready for the next time that they need to fight. Valor, wondering if anyone wants the terror or whether she is once again going to be the terror. Looks like she is, in fact, going to be the terror. And nope, she's off. She is completely ignored it. Someone else is going to get it, so she's just going to be on the defensive. Valor going for it. Looks like Zagara is going to be the one going back to grab this. In the meantime, Chen and Tyrande and Butcher are once again going pretty deep, trying to take down everyone. Valor still defending against this terror, dealing with the bulbs, whereas the blue team terror has been taken by Zagara and doing a good job there. These guys still fighting, trying to defend. Butcher going very, very deep. A Butcher game is something I did not receive. I'm quite surprised about that, considering he has one of the best lifesteal abilities in the game. The Butcher is down, though. Valor still defending against the terror, already pushing it back away from her base. Down goes Tyrande there, picked off. Valor still defending this Butcher, managed to get out the way of the Full Queen's Curse this time, and can now start wailing on ETC, or at least on this bulb. The bulb will still give her that lifesteal, so she can heal herself and back up. And there's the nice one there, getting out the way of that. But she has Tempered by Discipline now, which, when she has 10 stacks of Hatred, will give her 10 stacks of Discipline, so she'll also get lifesteal. Right now she has 9, so she's healing for 68 per auto attack, which is pretty awesome, or 63 in some cases, 73 in some cases. Oh, because her Hatred stacks are staying up as well. That's pretty interesting. So now, going to be moving on to Zagara. Look at that lifesteal, keeping herself very healthy. She was very low at the start of this. Let's have a look at her self-healing, see how much is keeping up by 3,698. Is a pretty damn good amount. She's keeping very sustained. She's only a bit less than ETC, who his E ability is his main source of self-healing. So she's been doing a good job, Valor, keeping herself nice, safe, and healthy. And is now looking to baby go in her team. Gets hit by Asmodam, but it doesn't really matter. She can heal most of this back, but Zeratul, on the other hand, wants to try and kill her off. She's low, but she's sticking around. She's going to take the risk and just try and lifesteal all that damage back. In fact, going deep, trying to kill off Zeratul, who does die. Very nice job there. And is now going to move on to these smaller camps. And then the big camp will allow her to build up those stacks of Discipline so that she can get that maximum lifesteal up. There you go. Going to start on that. Hatred, 10, and there we go. Onto Discipline. She is already back to full health. Very nice job there by Fox787. They have now taken down the Garden Terror, but can they fight over the top one? As there's currently a lot of action happening in the top lane. Our hero has arrived, though. ETC getting in, gets a good mosh pit off, but stunned up by Tyrande. Very good here. Fox does have Strafe. Volt is able to use his Strafe, get a huge amount of damage off, but Gets Void Prism, does not stop Zeratul from dying though, as well as pretty much everyone else on the enemy team. Great job by our heroes. They are 2 levels ahead and fighting off another Terror, preventing the enemies from grabbing their own Terror. And this will not, however, give them enough for a secondary Terror of their own. But now, everyone's just going to go back, get health, get mana if they need it, and someone is going to grab the Terror. Looks like it's going to be our hero Valor once again. Fox in the Terror. We're just gonna make him sprint over to the enemy base, save us some time here. Here we go. He has now arrived and try and push this in. We can see that his other heroic is Tumble, so we can Tumble. He can vault twice, not taking Blood for Blood, as I did kind of exclude that in the lifesteal. I said you could use it as long as you had something else, but Fox committing to the style here, going for that Tumble so we can get that double reset on his Hungering Arrow and get all of that lifesteal out of that in that way. Lots of commitment there, lots of love. Really like to see stuff like that. Fox getting chased a bit, taking a lot of damage. Needs to throw down some more bulbs when he can, but cooldowns are in fact a thing. So he's just going to be wailing on this guy as much as possible, while the rest of his team are in fact going for Asmo Dam. Butch going very, very deep here. The Maw, though, is beautiful. And our hero Maw only grabbing Zagara, but can they make the most of it? The Polymorph goes down, does not hit anyone. Zagara getting Divine Pump there, keeping her alive, is now doing a lot of damage. Starfall doing a lot of damage to ETC as he's the only one inside it. Terra is now dead, but this keep will fall as well. And we're going to see our heroes continue to push in here. Zagara is doomed. Good strafe there by Fox. Chasing in, trying to get Bob. They get Bob before the Radiant Dash can go off. The keep is dead. And now Valor, with her lifesteal, is actually going to start doing some damage to the core. Is she going to actually try and all-in it? We will see. ETC has managed to disconnect from the game. Looks like they are just going to back up and not try and all-in the core. Valor with her lifesteal is pretty good, but deciding that she can't all-in a core, especially when Zeratul was just about to come back up, and Zagara is now up as well. So for now, it's all about the mercenaries. You can see how hard it is to gain discipline stacks in just mercenary camping. Getting to 10 stacks of hatred on that Bruiser camp, but nowhere near enough to get those discipline stacks going. So really, really difficult to keep that. Pushing in quite nicely there. Got a good strafe buff. Down goes Bob, down goes Zagara, and Fox just going to be pushing in here, and now they're going to move on to the core, and this time Valor will be able to get her discipline stacks up, and she's not even being focused by the core. But look at that healing. Super, super good there. Zeratul just wailing on everything here. Valor is now out of this. Just continue to focus the core. Heals back all the damage that Zeratul gave to her, and now has Nexus Frenzy, so can do even more damage and just heal even quicker onto the core. They're just going to all in this, and that is going to be GG. And Fox 787 will take the game and be our first victor for the day on the lifesteal builds. So super well played by Fox there. He managed to just wreck everything there. Made good use of his talents, managed to get some good vaults off. Didn't really show everything as in the full light, but the fact that he was able to take all that damage a lot of times and just sustain through it was pretty damn good. He had a very good team supporting him though. Butcher and Tyrande were just comboed perfectly, doing a great job, and Chen tanking everything up, doing a very good job. Valor just in the back doing all the damage, and any damage he took just healed it back up. It was incredibly hard to put down, so a really good job there. But we're going to go into our second game of the day. And this, I spoke about earlier, we saw some Kerrigans, so I'm going to show you a Kerrigan while we load into the game. And the Kerrigans were pretty interesting. This was a very good one. I got a lot of Kerrigans. This is just the one I chose. So big shout out to all the people who did bring Kerrigan to this show. But I just chose this one. I apologize. But once again, this show changes every single week, so you can enter whenever you like and just try again next week and see what you can come up with. So let's head into the game. So let's start off with our villains over here on the left-hand side. It is what is about to be the red team, but it is Summer. Excuse me. Summer playing the Zagara. Crepper playing the Malfurion. Varanium playing the Valor. We have Sliffer. Or I think it might be Sliver, but I'm going with Sliffer playing the Leoric. And I thought that was an accent. It's just a particle effect. We have Canarino playing the Kael'thas. And on the right-hand side, so eager that he's already outside of the base, playing the Nazebo. It's Super Ninja. What a name! Playing the Jaina. It is G Jackson. playing the Rhaegar. It is going to be Hell Nick playing the Johanna. It is Pepinazo, I don't know, sounds Spanish. But our hero for today, I don't know why I picked this, because there's no way I'm going to pronounce this correctly. It is Bonde do Akim. Bonde do Akim, and we're going to say it like this the entire time. So, gonna press play. Bonde de Akim is number 6, so we shall follow him with number 6. So, of course, Kerrigan's starting off with one of the best talents in the game, the Siphoning Impact. Ravage heals you for 10% of your maximum health if it hits an enemy. Now, that's minions, mercenaries, enemy heroes, everything. And that is a pretty fantastic ability when you are a melee assassin and need to get that good sustain out. Especially when you combine it with the level 4 talent, which we will see possibly in this game. Wanda charging forward with the rest of his team, but not able to find anything for now. So we're just going to move up, head up to the top lane, and just soak that up, seeing as it doesn't have anyone else up there. Takes a couple of banelings, but nothing too bad. Just a little bit of damage, and is going to be able to heal up again thanks to Ravage quite quickly. And also, she has a support in the form of Rhaegar. Plus, Leoric does some damage. Leoric not going to Wraith Walk. He's just going to man up and tank that damage like the warrior he is. He's just going to absorb it and roll with it. Wanda already back to full health, though, thanks to the combination of Hell Nick and the Ravage ability. What is their ability actually called? I don't actually know. Siphoning Impact. I did say earlier. My mistake. So for now, just firming up. They need to be careful because there is Sagara in the lane. They want to try and catch her out if possible. Instead, though, just going to leave her and head down to this objective straight away. Make sure they are ready for the fight. There's the route already, but Kerrigan jumps through it, gets Malfurion, and Malfurion down. That's a healer down in the fight right at the start. Really good for our heroes. They're going to be able to try and take this fight in a more convincing fashion. Bonda taking quite a bit of damage, looking to try and dive forward, maybe catch someone out. Finds Kael'thas, gets the combo just on the lip, trying to kill off Kael'thas, but does go down. Kael'thas super low, though, does get taken down by Johanna, who also dies, though, so it's currently a 1 for 2. It was a 2 for 2 because someone did die. Now, Fury don't start, but he's already alive and back. So not looking good for our heroes, actually. We are now seeing them a bit on the defensive, looking to try and take this objective, but only 2 left for our villains. They do grab it. And our heroes now will have to go on the defensive. Bonda looks like he's just going to stay in the mid lane for the moment and just defend. Make sure that they don't lose too many buildings and they don't miss out on too much XP. They don't have anyone in the mid lane. So we're going to see Kerrigan already get spotted thanks to the creep of Sagara. So has to go a bit further back, but gets a bit of healing by just siphoning, impacting on to that hunter killer. So level 4 talent, we see the clean kill, which if Ravage kills a target, it restores 100% of the mana cost and increases the damage of your next Ravage by 20%, which is pretty awesome. And of course, if you kill the target with Ravage, the cooldown resets, so you get your mana back, you get the cooldown back. It's pretty cool. So if you can kill a minion, you can just bounce to another minion and get all your health back that way. It's a pretty sick combo that you can get going pretty nicely. So Bonda, just chilling, just going to head up to the top lane right now because there's someone in the mid lane. I'm going to try and catch that Kael'thas, but Kael'thas already in a good position, and no stun coming out from Bonda. Was not on point with his combo there. Not able to catch out that Kael'thas at all. So instead, just going to start pushing in, just get his health back as quick as possible. Just dive, as you can see there. Didn't get the kill on that one, so has to wait for the cooldown. Needs to be careful of that Kael'thas. Wants to try and catch him, like we said, but not going to take any unnecessary risks as much as possible. His team currently just under a level behind. They did not have that level 7 talent, but they're not in a terrible position. Gets Kael'thas with the combo, but no follow-up. It's just Kerrigan up here, and Kerrigan got stunned as well by Kael'thas, so had to be careful. Level 7 talents now available just in time for the shrine. And now Kerrigan caught out of position here. Lad drops the stun, but doesn't actually land. Killed off by Leoric here. Now it is a really bad situation. There's a 4 versus 5, and it's not looking good for our heroes off the bat. We're seeing a lot of lifesteal coming in from Kerrigan, which we can have a look. The self-heal is 2,000 more than anyone else in the game, but unable to really make it work. We're seeing a nice fight here for the villains. They're doing a really good job of the defense, but this Jada is dropping all of her damage as much as possible, but that is the second immortal of the game going over to our villains. Vonda once again going on the defensive. This time may actually stay in the lane to help deal with that Punisher. Punisher going pretty ham. It is an Ice Punisher, so they do need to be careful about it. Looks like Bonda just going to go down, let that push, and start defending this bot lane from Kael'thas, who is once again trying to split push. This time, there is no one in the top lane, so they can't really defend. So they don't need to defend that lane as much. So Kerrigan just soaking the bot lane, making sure they don't miss out on too much XP. However, heroics are about to be available for our villains here, and we can have a look at those talents. We can see Strafe coming in from the Valor, Phoenix from the Kael'thas, Entomb from the Leoric, and currently unselected for Zagara, who will take the Baron Moor. There it is, and Malfurion more than likely going to take that Tranquility. There it is. So, still only level 8 for our heroes, so they have a lot of soaking to do before they get back to that level. For now, while Kerrigan is just pushing the bot lane, we can see a missed Baron Moor by Zagara there. Nice Blizzard once again by Jada, and we can see all the action happening up here. They're fighting over this camp. Nazebo moving in there, trying to soak it, but Malfurion standing in as well. They have to back up the Tranquility. Too much healing. Rhaegar already down. Kerrigan arriving just in time to be late and not able to help out in any way at all. She has taken the Assimilation Mastery, so while Assimilation Shields are active, her health and mana is regen is increased by 100%. That was the wrong button. So, Kerrigan, apparently C just takes me to this location. I can't actually look at her stats. I don't know what this location is relevant to in terms of C, but it is there. And Jada, a bit unhappy with the fact that Kerrigan hasn't been joining in that much. But Kerrigan, as we can see, is the source of the majority of the team's XP. Is the source of most of their XP, which is pretty cool. They do need level 10 before they can fight, but it might have been better if she'd been there for at least a couple of those. But she's done a good job making the most of a bad situation. Really good job, Bonde Do Akim. For now, Kerrigan heading down. There is another shrine available, so they may begin to fight over it, trying to clear the minion wave as much as possible so they can get level 10. But it's not enough minions, so it's all up to the Zebo in the bot lane now to give them that level 10. Looks like he may get it, but he's having to back up a bit. So be careful. There it is. There's level 10s. And this is their chance. We see the Maelstrom from the Kerrigan here, which is pretty good. Extra damage, which will activate that Assimilation Shield. Gets rooted, so can't dive in. Ring of Frost catches so many, followed up by the stun of Johanna, doing a lot of damage. They're just pushing in, doing everything right now. Kerrigan just dropping all the damage, chasing onto Kael'thas, going to try and pick him off, but he is now under tower, so they're going on to Zagara instead. The damage is real, the stun lands, but Bonda almost going down, but the Earth Shield, the Lightning Shield, sorry, from the Rhaegar, they have to keep her alive, but she's just going to heal up using these little demons here. Leoric is back, but she's already back to full health thanks to that Siphoning Impact, but has to back up because that Drain Hope is pretty damn good. So Bonda now moving into Leoric, who's managed to bring himself a bit out of position here. He does go down. And now, that is the first Punisher of the game for our heroes. So now, they can actually start to make their comeback and start pushing. Bonda was thinking about going around the outside there to try and catch someone out, but decides against it. Because due to the fact that dying is not as fun as winning. Seeing Kerrigan take quite a bit of damage. She is just standing in the Phoenix here. Finds Valor, doesn't get the pull in or the stun off on Malfurion as he was walking almost into it. The Zombie Ball, though, does land on Slipper there. But Bonda having to back out there, taking too much damage, and is having to back away. So needs to be a bit more careful. Will she go back or will she stay? She chooses to stay, as all good lifestealers should, because you get all your health back, thanks to lifesteal. And the Entomb was down. Kerrigan goes in, gets Leoric. It's going to move forward and move back. Just doesn't want to get caught out here. Wants to do the damage. She's already doing a really good job of just dropping people whenever possible. But you do not want to get picked off in the situation. However, in the meantime, they're still behind in XP because Zagara is being an arse and is pushing top lane, playing a split push style and being a jerk. She's actually still just gone for like the base build, but she is just split pushing because she can. Kerrigan back alive. We're going to see a revenge mission come in, but the more from Zagara, getting her out of there. And Bonda, you really shouldn't do that. There's like, we spoke about this last time. You should never question someone else's play. Like, questioning someone else's play by trying to like help them and like correct them and like asking why they do something, that's like sin number 1. That is above calling someone terror-bad and useless. That's flame stuff. We don't care about that. But responding to it is sin number 2, and this is actually a serious thing. You shouldn't respond to these people. They don't care. They're not going to listen to you. But she is right. She is now kicking ass now that she is in the fight. She got level 10 for her team, soaked that XP. If she'd been in the fights and they still lost those fights, the game would probably be over right now in favor of the red team. But she is still in it and is doing a good job. Sorry, I couldn't find my unpause key. We're just going to get back into the game. But Bonda, you should really be careful about who you argue with. And Jada just choosing to, instead of I don't know what response she expected. Did Kerrigan expect an apology of, sorry, you're doing really well now? No, that's not how it works. You're going to get a, yep, you're still shit. Because people who flame will always flame and will continue to flame even when proved wrong. So poor Kerrigan there is apparently useless, despite doing exceptionally well in terms of pretty much everything, keeping up in terms of damage. Looking for the opportunity to try and engage. Now has the Lingering Essence shield duration increased by 20%. Nice Ancestral onto Johanna, who has taken quite a bit of damage. And this Kael'thas also doing a lot of damage to everyone on the side of our heroes. So now they're moving in. There is a shrine about to spawn in the top lane. Can they fight over it? Can they claim it for the greater good? And they are going to attempt to make their way up to the top lane. Jada clearing out the camp. They caught vision of Malfurion ever so quickly. Malfurion revealing himself again. So they're going to begin creeping forward. Spiders going all over the place from Nazebo. And Bonda, waiting for the opportunity, finds Malfurion, gets the pull in, does not get the stun though, but the Ring of Frost gets so much. They kill off everyone. That Maelstrom doing so much damage. Bonda backing up here as he doesn't want to attack too much, but they get Leoric as well, and that is a 4-man kill there. Really good. Can they make it a 5-man? Bonda going deep. He goes through the wall. He's going to try and chase. His Kael'thas comes back, then he can easily dive onto it, but he has cooldowns. Unfortunately, not able to get Kael'thas. He was so low. Instead, has to break the wall again to flee for his life, and will now help his team with grabbing the objective. But seriously, good job. Able to get 4 kills there out of 5. And then now grabbing their second Punisher of the game, and are going to begin pushing this mid lane as much as they can. Can they grab Slifer again? Maybe. Zombie Wall will at least prevent him from defending. And a very well placed blitz there from Jada, able to hit both that tower and the fort at the same time. Bonda pushing forward, looking to try and catch someone. Instead, gets a flame strike to the face. So needs to be very, very careful. Very, very deep here from the team. There's the Entomb doing a good job. Kerrigan does get stunned up, but it's going to continue chasing forwards here. Does the damage. Malfurion goes down, and Slammer, with the help of the Punisher, gets taken out as well. And Bonda still healthy, thanks to that Siphoning Impact and the shield protection he gets, and a nice Ancestral there from Rhaegar. May not have been absolutely necessary, but was cool as hell. So Bonda doing an incredible job now. We can see he has aggressive defense, increasing the shields that he gets from his assimilation by 100%. So those shields will be stacking up really nicely, and if he gets the level 20 upgrade to his Maelstrom, his shields are going to be through the roof. And that's going to make it very hard to kill. Going on to Valor, the Vault, just enough to keep her out of the stun. And Kerrigan just backing up, just going to take down the tower. And now we're going to see our heroes back away. They've already got the first keep of the game, and they are going to back away and look for another opportunity to fight later. So for now, mercenary camps are the name of the game. Need to be careful that they don't get caught out. You can see Jaina getting demounted, but Zombie Wall from the Zebo will prevent any kind of chase potential. So they're in a pretty good position here. Bonda going to moving on to the mercenary camp with the rest of his team. Level 17 has been hit. Sorry, 16 has been hit for our villains. And they're going to try and make the most out of it to make their comeback. They were in the lead at the start of the game, but the mid and late game so far has been in favor of our heroes. They just need to not throw as much as possible. Bonda moving in, doing the damage. Just going to take that down. The shield's able to keep it completely sustained, and not taking any damage at all. Kerrigan backing up here, actually choosing not to go for it. There we go. Will she dive? There we go. Finds Malfurion. Where's the combo? Doesn't land the stun, only so barely. Maelstrom was used. It's Maelstrom versus Tranquility. The two just AoE spells. Tranquility lasts quite a bit longer, but the root is nice, but not enough to keep him alive. That is another kill. Going over to our heroes. They were able to grab 3 there, actually. And now they can start on this shrine, which has just spawned again. Or will be spawning in 7 seconds, so they can grab that and then begin their push in the bot lane. Grab the another fort. Currently, all forts are alive except for top lane, which is pretty much dead. So they do need to push. These Impalas might actually grab this bot fort on its own. then they can push with the Punisher towards that keep, which would be pretty nice. Leoric currently just clearing the top lane because catapults are pretty damn annoying. Down goes the fort lane, we said to those Impalers, and we're seeing our heroes grabbing those last 2 demons they need to get another Punisher. And this is a really good timing one. The fort down here, they can easily push us into a keep. The Zebo choosing to split push and grab this mid fort, trying to get enough XP to give his team level 20 before they have to fight again, due to the fact that everyone on the villain side is back alive again. Kerrigan going in, trying to get Leoric here. He is very tanky, but not that tanky. Gets taken down very quickly. The Zebo still split pushing here, trying to get his team that level 20. The Maw does eat Kerrigan here, but level 20 will be available any second. There it is. Level 20 available. We see Kerrigan go for... where is it? The Omega Storm. So getting those extra shields like we did say. The Zebo killing off the mid fort can now come join his team, as long as he doesn't die to Zagara up there, who's just decided to come join the party. Nope, he's just going to kill her. Good job, Super Ninja, living up to his name. Bonda moving in here. He has everything off cooldown, and remember, he now gets a ridiculous amount of shielding from his heroic when he does dive in. Dives to a wall to get out, gets a bit of health back from it, thanks to that siphoning impact. And a heal from Rhaegar as well. Going very far back there. The fight is back here. It is happening, so you probably want to be in there, Bonda. He is moving in, looking for his opportunity to try and dive onto someone. It looks like he's not going to find many people, just going to instead attack Leoric. He couldn't dive, taking a lot of damage from the Phoenix, but the shielding keeping him pretty safe there. And Kerrigan taking a bit of damage, dives over Leoric into a root, and now the Omega Storm comes out, and look at those shieldings. You can't kill that. It's just going to keep pushing in here, trying to take down Slipper as well. Doesn't have the combo up, so he can't catch him. Just throws down a stun, does not hit anyone. But Kerrigan still alive, despite a very wonky fight there. But in the meantime, Nazebo was able to kill the keep in mid lane. Super Ninja being super sneaky and just, well, I guess front dooring, because it's the mid lane, the mid keep, and taking that down in incredibly easy fashion. Really good job there, really nice team play. And our heroes looking very good. Kerrigan just backing up for the moment. Essentially just taking the long way around to get to her team. Very cautious play. Would like to see a little bit more aggression out of this Kerrigan. She's been away from her team a lot while they move. It's a little bit slow in their reactions, but still been playing really well. It's great damage compared to the rest of her team. Keeping up quite nicely with the Zebo. Jada's still ahead, but she's also taken the arcane power, which is pretty damn good. Has been doing pretty nicely there. A shrine is available. Kerrigan hanging around near it, needs to be careful, make sure her team joins her. And this Immortal has picked up a melee minion. And, sorry, a Gargantuan, sorry, has picked up a wizard minion. And is now going to take that down. And there it is, another mercenary cap going over to our heroes, and that gives them a really good cover to start taking this shrine. However, the villains will not let it go without a fight, so they need to be careful. Leoric going very, very aggressive. The Maw only catches the Gargantuan. Ring of Frost only hitting Kael'thas here. And Monda playing once again incredibly cautiously. There we go, diving in, gets the combo off. Where's the heroic coming down? It's still on cooldown, but it will be up any second now. But the shield is just so high. It's able to tank through all of this. Slipper getting caught out. He goes down. That is, again, a 3-man wipe for our team. They're just going to finish this off and grab the Punisher, and that will likely be enough to end the game. We're actually seeing Jada here chase down Zagara, and the Blizzard does in fact take down Zagara. We're going to see Bonda begin to push in with the rest of his team and a Punisher. Nazebo thinking he actually needs to grab some mercenaries at this point, because that would be the appropriate decision, instead of, you know, just ending the game. So for now, Bonda just looking for his opportunity to begin working on that call. There we go, trying to grab Valor, but once again, the Vault keeping her out of the range. This Valor's been really good with her Vaults the entire game, but there's no way she can do enough damage to take down Kerrigan here. The shielding is too good. And this is going to be GG and another game. Oh, the stun does go down that time, but due to Strafe. And another game goes over to the Tetcher heroes. Really good play there by Bonda. And once again, a really, really hard name to pronounce for me. Did not do a very good job there, but we saw the huge worth of that siphoning impact, seeing as the cooldowns reset when you kill. So you could be on no health. And as long as you have the mana for it, or have taken that level 4 talent, you can just snipe minion after minion after minion after minion, and get all your health back in just super quick fashion. So really good job there by Bonda, and was just able to take the game. So that is going to be the end of part 1 for now, and I've just realised by looking at my preview monitor that I have the wrong picture up for the comeback for the next part, but it'll have to do, so you're just going to get to the support screen. But reminder that next week's challenge is solo a boss at any point in the game. Send me your best games possible. The more interesting the character you solo the boss with, the better. But be creative. Show me the best you can. You could go jungle the entire game. You could just grab it at the end when your entire team is grabbing a mercenary, grabbing an objective. Just show me the worth of someone who can solo a boss. What kind of build can you go for, and how useful can you be to a team when you are soloing a boss? What else can you do with that build? But you must solo a boss at some point in the game. So for now, I'm going to head off and take a quick break, but come back tomorrow for part 2, where we have some spectacular games, including the return of 2 of our people from last time who have submitted, once again, spectacular games. So, once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.